This is the Pinarello F8 of Chris Froome of Team Sky. Now, it's a brand new frame. He's used it at the Dauphiné 8, but I don't think this is the same frame because it's not covered in scratches. And as we know, Chris did go down the road at that one. Now, it's a pretty novel frame. It's been designed in collaboration with Jaguar, the car manufacturer, and it's both aerodynamic and light, so it's the only frame that Chris Froome will be using in the Tour de France, with the exception of the time trial and the cobbled stage. Now, Jaguar have done some neat touches. Despite being designed for aerodynamics, they've actually put the rear brake caliper back in the normal conventional position, which kind of bucks the trend of a lot of aero bikes, which have managed to tuck it underneath the chain stage. And they've said that in their aerodynamic models, there was no difference at all, so certainly easier for the mechanics in that position. Now, the other touch is the front forks. They're actually a really wide stance. A lot of old aerodynamic bikes used to have a really narrow gap between the tyre and the forks, but here it's incredibly wide and they're sort of bowed out. It looks pretty cool. Otherwise, it's a fairly stock bike, dare I say. It's full Shimano DI2 Dura Ace, which is, as we know, incredibly good, but fairly standard. The only other minor change is its chainrings. Chris Froome uses the Osymetric chainrings. The other personal touches here, he's got the remote satellite shifters on the handlebars, but they've actually stripped them out, removed the housing, so they're about as lean and pared down as they possibly can be. The other interesting thing to note here actually is the tyres. Now, Team Sky are running 23.5mm tyres, and as we've seen in most other pro bikes, most teams are running 25mm. Now, Sky said that they've actually increased their size from 22mm to 23.5, but they're still 1.5mm behind most of the rest of the peloton. Now, they've said that there's absolutely zero difference, and from the performance of the team, we'd probably have to agree. Finally, Team Sky are also running the Stages power meter, as you can see just down there on the crank. They've been using SRMs for years, so this year is the first time they've been on Stages.